On this stage, Simon Phillips.
The one thing I noticed was the sound of most electronic drums. In other words, the sounds that they're triggering were not great. They really weren't great, you know? So, a good friend of mine who's here tonight, Chris, he really got me into this and said, you know, we should have this sound available on an electronic kit. So that's where it started. And I cannot tell you how much work goes in. Well, so we have a thing called there's a meter. It's called a PPM. It's a peak meter. You have it all over digital machinery now. It's just a segment meter. It goes, you hit something or you say something, it goes, blink, it goes up, right? But the really professional ones are the Dara ones, which are ones we use in mastering rooms and on consoles. And they have at 0, well, they go plus, actually, they can go plus 15, but they will go down in 1 dB segments. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. And then they go -12, -14, -16, -18, -20, -22, until you can't hear anything, right? Air is probably louder than the end of the scale. So we set that up, and we take all the drums away except for one. And I sit there with a cup of tea, headphones on, big peak meter in front of me, and we set a level of me hitting full hit. Not a rim, just full hit. Bang. Bang. Down a bit. Bang. Up a bit. Bang. Right, they're there. And they're adjusting the send to tape. To drive, right? Still can't get used to saying roll drive, hit play, roll tape. It's just so much more easier, you know. So then I would hit 10 hits at 0. Well, a couple of those hits might be +1, a couple might be -1. But hopefully we get 6 or 7 good, right? And then I'll go, because they'll hear my voice through the mic, I'll go, -1. A couple of trial hits, and I've got it. Yeah, hitting it -1. It's like shooting. It really is. Oh, missed the ball. Right. Bullseye. Yeah. 3 in a row. No. That was -2, right? -2 for every drum. Right. Now, you've got to imagine that the drum has to sustain. We've got at least 8 to 10 seconds of sustain. So I can't hit it again until the sustain's gone, right? This is 3 or 4 days of doing this, right? Hundreds and hundreds of hits. Pro Tools runs for like all day. It's unbelievable. And that's just my part. So 4 days later, when we're done, the last cymbal. And now when you get onto cymbals, you got 20 seconds of decay. So you go, 0. You can't whistle. Can't say a thing. I mean, you can't even pick up the T because the mic will hear, you know. And you see the cymbal kind of just shimmering a little bit, like right at the end. You go, yeah. And I cheat. I actually cut it off a bit. So I can't be bothered to wait 20 whole seconds. So I try and reduce it to 17, depending on the, you know. That's what it's all about. So we spend a long time sampling each drum, each cymbal. We even hit the side of the shells like this to get the ring. I mean, it's very, very deep, very complex. And it depends on which format it goes in, whether Chris programs all these samples in, all these partials in too. Because if you hit the electronic pad, you hit it hard, you're going to get sample, let's say, number 1. But if you lighten up, it's going to switch to sample number 2, right? Depending how many layers there are. If it's a relatively inexpensive machine, you may only have 10 layers. If it's like the Motu Groove Agent, ooh, that's if you could see it kind of on a diagram of what's there, it's hugely complicated, you know. And that's when I said, you do this. I like to record. I love being an engineer and recording, but I don't want to do that, you know. So it's very labor intensive, but that's what you end up getting is a thing this big, and you plug it in, you put some headphones on, you go, wow, you know, and it sounds pretty good.